Roadbound to wrap up their disappointing 2025, slide in on a 3-game losing streak.
Oh, trouble again, and Goff just has to jump on it. Van Ginkel took it away late.
Van Ginkel just said, that's mine.
They face off with their old buddy this week. Season wasn't the same without him, was it? Ben Johnson's Bears sitting in the number 2 hole in the NFC still, despite coming up just short in a classic.
4 seconds left, 2nd and goal. Here is Williams. He's got to throw it to the end zone. Clock has expired. Williams keeps the play alive. He's looking. He's got to get rid of it. Retreating, he throws. Incomplete. It's over!
Bears have plenty of incentive to win this week. They can hold on to the number 2 seed still, which, with the way this year has gone, could be really valuable later on. They also have to hope they and the Lions are very different teams compared to when they first met. This is a rematch from all the way back in week 2. Detroit smoked Chicago 52-21. Jared Goff went loonies and put 5 on them. 334 yards. Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jamison Williams with 100+ yards each.
Goff complete. Jamison Williams across midfield. Still going. Inside the 30. Cuts to the inside.
Chicago's defense, unfortunately, kind of looked like that again last week. Didn't even face George Kittle or left tackle Trent Williams for most of the game, too. Gave up 42 points, 7 for 10 on 3rd down, 5 for 5 in the red zone. Gave up 5 touchdowns to Brock Purdy, 2 down low, 3 up high, along with over 300 yards.
Purdy with a clean pocket. It's complete. It's Jawan Jennings to the pylon. Touchdown!
They're giving up 24.8 points per game, tied with the Detroit Lions, who gave up 23 to Minnesota in their latest loss, despite holding them to 3 for 13 on 3rd down and holding Max Brosmer to just 51 yards, just 3.2 per attempt.
Fake it on the play action. Brosmer has to get out of there. He just got rid of it. Incomplete pass.
The Lions sacked Brosmer 7 times. He only threw 16 times. Hutch 2, Muhammad 2, both double-digit dudes in 2025.
Brosmer steps up. Brosmer tripped up. Aiden Hutchinson has his 2nd sack of this first half.
They have to track down Caleb Williams this week. Not easy to do. Didn't take any sacks last week. 330 yards, 2 TDs, no INTs, a 100 rate.
Free play for Williams. So Caleb looking to launch. Does towards the end zone. Touchdown! Colston Loveland!
5 TDs short of 30, 270 yards away from 4,000. No Bears quarterback in their 100+ years has finished a season with 30 TDs or 4K or better in yards. Even if it's 17 games, Bears fans would love to see Caleb check those.
Wait, what's up, bro?
Williams protected. Going up top. He's got it out of bounds.
See, why did he have to say the thing about the 17 games? I knew he hates Williams. Quick clarifier, I don't. Comments and stats pertaining to his being last in incompletion percentage, first in off-target throws, and past previews are made because those are true of his game right now. Ben Johnson talks about it, broadcasters talk about it. Accuracy, decision-making, reading the field might be the only things holding him back from being truly dominant. Trust me, game preview guy is a fan.
Attaboy, Caleb Williams. Look at that one right there.
Luther Burden, huge game versus San Francisco, 138 yards and a touchdown.
Sending it downfield to the end zone for Burden. He's got it. Touchdown, Chicago.
He hurt his quad on the last play. Have to see if he can make a go of it. He and Caleb's chemistry starting to get Walter White Jesse-like as of late. Colston Loveland, a much bigger piece of their puzzle compared to when they played Detroit the first time. 94 yards and a TD a week ago.
Play action again. Worked well. On the run. Got Loveland again to the 19-yard line.
DJ Moore, only 7 yards, 4 targets. Bears run game, DeAndre Swift, Kyle Monangai only received 17 combined chances last week. Fared well with the ones they got. Monangai 38 yards, 4.8 per. Swift 54 yards, 6 a carry, 2 TDs. That put him over 1,000 for 2025.
Gets up to full speed and scores a touchdown!
So maybe another shootout looms. Depends on how Dan Campbell handles his starters. You'd think Jared Goff would want to get in one more start. Can't go out off a game that saw him turn the ball over 5 times.
Goff delivers another pick, and it's the veteran, Harrison Smith.
He took 5 sacks, lost 3 fumbles through 2 INTs.
See what Goff and company can do here. Not much. Goff gets one.
What's up, man? Welcome to the pregame show, man. What's going on? Come on down
right
there.
There.
Detroit's offense, in turn, only scratched out 10 points. Jahmyr Gibbs, just 41 yards on 2.4 a carry.
Toss it, Gibbs, bear hug in the backfield.
Bears the kind of defense he could get right against. Chicago's been bad at stopping running backs, as evidenced by last week when they gave up 140 yards on 6-1 a carry to CMC, who has spent more time as a sub 4 yard per carry guy this year than an above 4 yard per carry guy.
To the edge, to the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
When Goff lets it fly, Amon-Ra St. Brown, he left hurt last week, joining like half of Detroit's starters in the MASH tent. He's over 1,200 yards for the year already, but he says he wants to play if he's healthy.
On the run, Wobbler is caught. Perfect spot for Amon-Ra St. Brown, and another conversion on third down.
Williams also over 1,000 yards for 2025, 37 yards versus Minnesota. Detroit has beaten Chicago 6 of the last 7 meetings. We backtracked to the year 2000 in our previous preview of these.
Today we get 4K.
Let's go 1987, the one and only year they only played once during a season. Missed one due to the players' strike. That was the night many Chicago residents had their TV signals hijacked by who many people think is my dad, Max Headroom.
It was back home then for the victory over the Detroit Lions.
Shotgun formation. Long takes the snap, back pedals in the end zone. He throws the left side and a leaping attempt is down the right sideline for the end zone for the touchdown. John Gale.
Yeah, I saw that. Especially
The defense, Neil Anderson and Dennis McKinnon sparked a 30-10 win, and the Bears were back in stride.
First down, and McMahon back to throw. Dumps it up the middle. Wide open. Left to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the CNG podcast, Bears versus Lions pregame show, man. I'm G Walker. That's CJ. CJ, how you doing? We got Allen in here, man. We're gonna bring him up right now. We're gonna bring the OG up in here, man. And we're gonna talk. We waiting on Shad. Shad should be here in any minute now. Look, man, you know, we gotta gain and we gotta win, man. The number 2 seed is on the line. You know, Caleb getting 4K is on the line. Caleb breaking Eric Kramer's record is on the line. There's a lot of things on the line today, guys. But how you guys feeling, man? The Detroit Lions, CJ smacked us, bro. You know, the second game of the season, man. They beat us real bad. They put a 50 burger on us, bro. They put 50 points on us, man. And we're not the same team that we were in week 2, man. We're 11-5 team, man. Caleb Williams looks better, CJ. The offensive line is blocking. The run game is working. Receivers are receiving. Tight ends are being what they supposed to be, CJ. So, you know, we come play the Lions, man, at the end of the season, bro. So just how are you feeling about today's game before we actually get into the content, bro? Like, what's your thoughts today? How you feeling about the team, bro?
I feel pretty good about the Bears' offense. I have no complaints about their offense. They've been performing pretty good for the last couple of weeks, so I have no questions about the offense. But the defense, I have huge questions about. Getting pressure on the quarterback, defending the pass, defending the run. You know, we need all those things to happen in today's game if we want to get that second seed.
Yeah, a lot of things got to happen before we go to the OG, man. We got a couple of people in here, man, that's reposted the stream. Shout out to Honey, man. She reposted the stream and she like, what's going on, Honey, man? We appreciate you. We got OG Craig is in here, man. Bear down, boys. We say CJ, the OG himself, Allen, and the man, the myth, the legend, the God, G Walker. What's going on, bro? We appreciate the kind words, man. What's good, man? Had a baby, man. Hey, look, hey, Craig, man, this is the last game of the season. We got to get some revenge, bro. We got Donna Lim say 4K day. Yeah, bro. I want to see it. Let's go 4,000 Caleb. That'd be dope for us to see that today, man. At home against another division rival. It'd be great to see. Yeah, he's questionable. Rome is questionable. Packers taking the L today. I'm watching it right now, bro. The Packers look like a terrible team. He said, man, this is making me relive the nightmare of the defense last week. If the same thing happens this week, Dennis Allen winds up being kidnapped. Mind or I'm just doing the Bears a favor. Yeah, man, we're going to talk about that too, man. I was on my other podcast, the Southside podcast with Shad, and Shad pretty much cooked and said the defense is terrible, man. We've pretty much given up 1,000 yards the last 2 weeks, and it's crazy. So we're gonna see what's going on, man. We got OG Allen in here, man. He's out here. OG, what's up, man? How you feeling, man? It's the last game of the season. We could potentially be 12-5, bro. How you feeling, man? We've got the Lions on deck. It's time to eat some lion, bro. You know, Caleb is developing. Ben Johnson is developing. He's trusting them. The run game is working. And the defense is what the defense is. But how you feeling today, OG? What's going on with you, bro?
Hey, man, I'm feeling good, man. The only thing I want to see today is Caleb get the 4,000. I think that's going to be a big thing for not only Caleb, but for the franchise. That we can come and say we're in the modern day revolution of quarterbacks, that we have a guy that's in those talks. Like 4,000 is like breaking into a fraternity. You know what I'm saying? So it's a big day, man, of, you know, quarterback play. You know, it's sad that we got to go 30 years to do it, but we're here now. So I just hope that, you know, he makes sure that we get the 4K and the win. But if we don't get the win, it's okay. You know, that's more winning for Detroit. You know, they can watch us next play. So, but it's really about injuries, man, and getting out of here with 0 stars. You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing today. I just want everybody to be healthy going into next
year. Yeah, man. You said a lot right there, man. And, you know, we're not going to waste anybody's time. Y'all know how we feel, man. We got the content right here. As you can see, we got our keys to the game. You know, we got dominate the trenches. We got 2, manufacture turnovers. 3, Caleb going early, getting Caleb going early, establish the run game. 5, get to the quarterback, sack the quarterback. 6, don't get injured. And number 7 is don't leave points on the board. 8 is take away something, the pass game or the run game. Because, CJ, we saw what it looked like when we gave up the pass game and the run game against San Francisco, against a pretty much a solid, you know what I mean, all-pro running back and a pretty good solid quarterback. We can't give up both. And it's looking like the Lions could potentially mirror some of that, what they was doing up there in San Francisco. You know, they got a good running game with Gibbs and Montgomery, and, you know, Goff can destroy you. Just sit back there being surgical, man. So we got to be careful. We can't give them everything. So with that being said, CJ, we're going to kick it off, bro. Which one of these keys to the game would you like to see us start off with? I know I got a number 1 through 8, but that's just to put the numbers up. But what do you think? What do you want to start off with, man?
Leaving points on the board. We definitely cannot do that against the Lions. Which means if the Bears get a turnover, let's get some points behind that turnover. You know, let's not get a turnover and then go 3 and out. I don't want to see that.
Yeah, and I agree with you, man. So, Alan, man, if you can hear us right now, big dog, we got the keys to the game up here, man. If anybody's in the chat right now, you guys can say what's important to you too. You just let us know what you guys think. Alan, we got 8 keys to the game up here, man. Which one is your most important right
here? Mine is getting to the quarterback, man. I want to see our defense get to the quarterback. That's something that's got to happen. We got to figure out a way to get the quarterback on the ground. I feel like our quarterbacks that we play, man, they are too clean. They don't even have to take no shower after the game, and I don't like that. So, you know, we got to get to the quarterback, man. Figure a way to stifle this passing game and make teams one-dimensional.
Yeah, we got to make it one-dimensional, man. We can't give up points. We can't give up the air game and the run game. But the keys to the game, I'm going to say right here, is dominate the trenches, man. From the offensive line side of blocking, you know, the run game, and the defensive side of the ball. Like, we have to establish a presence up front with our front 4, man. Like, we have to do it, man. We're getting ready to head into the playoffs, and we're going to be playing better teams. I want to see a better pass rush. Like, I don't know what can make this team a better pass rush defense right now. We kind of are who we are right now, but I want to see us dominate the trenches, man. The Lions got a couple of offensive linemen that's out in this game today, so that should help us get more pressure on Garrett Goff, because we saw what this team is without a pass rush, man. We saw what this team is without a run stopper, man. So Detroit, they might be on their last leg, CJ and Allen, but they're not dead yet. And a team like the Lions would love to destroy our playoff chance, not our playoff chances, but they would love to ruin our party a little bit. Get some of that living rent free in our head, like we beat y'all twice. Like, So you don't want to give an edge to a team like the Detroit Lions, who are reeling, who are looking for a reason to keep their head up going into their offseason next year against us. You know what I'm saying? You kind of want to just get established and not let them create any type of more rental space in your head. You know what I'm saying, CJ?
Yeah.
So what else we got right here, man? We got manufactured turnovers, man. We got to make sure the turnovers are getting on our side, man. We got to do that, man. This is a high-scoring offense still, and we got to make sure we take turnovers away.
I'm gonna say we definitely got to establish the running game.
Okay.
Let's not get away from that. You know, we know Caleb is throwing the ball very well, but let's not get away from what got us pretty much in this position to get to the playoffs. It's probably pretty much that running game. So let's not go away from that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we got to make sure we're establishing the run game too, man. It's too important to our identity. You know, this could be a slugfest, man. We want to keep Detroit off of the field. You know what I mean? Like, they're a good team. You know, the more chances you give Jared Goff to throw the ball up the field, he's going to get some guys. The more chance you give Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs to have the ability to kill you with their legs, they're going to do it. This is still a good football team. It's just that a lot of things didn't go well for him. So we have to establish a run game early. We have to establish dominated the trenches early so we can score early and often and not let them take advantage of us, because we're not a really good team up front on defense, man. It's just something that we struggle with in an identity all year. And it's not going to magically just change just because we're playing the Lions. If anything, we're to get exposed even more, see, you know?
Yep.
Yeah. We're still waiting on Shad to get in here, man. Shad's supposed to be coming in right now. And he should be in here shortly. But we got some comments on establish the run. We really got away from that last week. Alex saying the Packers are down bad. Yeah, the Packers, you know, hey, it says Dennis Allen needs to switch it up with the blitz and other packages. Stop sitting in the zone with zero pass rush. It doesn't work. You would think he'll switch it up, but he hasn't switched it up yet, man. Like, what can you got to lose? You know, you already have a bad defense on the front end. You might as well do something. Like, you can't look any worse than what you already look. So, Dennis Allen, man, please apply some type of pressure today, bro. You know, a lot of people are starting to think about your job security right now, going into next, you know, the season after that, man. Things are looking at him, CJ, as far as the defensive coordinator, man. And, you know, Ben Johnson, offense is fine. Everything is working. The O-line, the quarterback, the running game. Look at the other side of the football field, on the defensive side of the ball. No pass rush. You don't have a superstar on that front line. You know what I mean? You don't. The linebackers can be so-so. So it's like, as far as Dennis Allen being here for the foreseeable future, I don't know, man. You know, just what's your thoughts on that? Like, how much rope do you think Dennis Allen is going to get from Ben Johnson or Ryan Poles? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, my thoughts on Dennis Allen, what he's going to have to do is make adjustments with the players of what he got. You know, you got to make some type of adjustments. You can't sit in zone the whole damn game and let teams pick you apart. What adjustments are you going to make when your team gets in trouble? As a head coach, you got to figure it out.
Yeah, we got to figure. I know he dealt with a lot of injuries, man, but you know, you can be a little bit more creative in what you're doing out there, because teams, really good teams, is going to pick us apart. Like a team like Seattle will destroy us. A team like the Rams could potentially destroy us on defense, man. I mean, destroy our defense. And you see what the 49ers did against us. So we just got to be better, man, on defense all around, man. And today could be the day where we practice what we preach, man, and be better. And we got my guy Shad from the South Side up here, the other part of the CNG podcast, man. So he'll put his camera on when he get situated, man. There goes my boy Shad from the South Side. Shad is in the building, bear down, brother. How you feeling, man? It's the last game of the regular season. Shad is 4K on the line, you know, breaking Eric Kramer's records on the line and number 2 seeds on the line. There's a lot of things to play for. Besides, you know, your pride is on the line against your old team and Dan Campbell versus Ben Johnson. It's a lot of things to play for, man, and we want to win. So, but what's your overall thoughts on today's game, man? How you feeling about us after we lost against the 49ers, bouncing back this week, man. Just what's your thoughts, Sean?
What's up, fellas? Man,
What's going on?
I'm gonna address you, G. I agree with you. The season went fast to me, man. Feel like we was just in week 3 watching the Cowboys and the Bears game. You know what I mean, CJ? Here we are, man. Week 2, we saw the Bears get a 50-piece smack to their face to the Smitty, extra lemon pepper with lemon pepper sauce.
With the bread on the bottom. With the bread under there. You did?
With a little bit of the white bread. I ain't forgot about that. Okay, so I don't like how Detroit stepped on us to begin the season when we started 0-2 against the division. But we're here now. Starting 0-2 to become the division champions has something to be accomplished and something to be said. So everything that's bared up this weekend for anybody in the beloved should be saluting that. This game, though, I'm not looking at the narratives. I'm looking strictly at the game. And you know me, CJ. Let's look at the defense first. Okay? We got 2 matchups against 2 defenses that are pretty bad, man. When we looking at tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. 2 tier 3 defenses with both ends of the spectrum a little bit different. Detroit trying to ruin the party for the Bears in Chicago, trying to right some wrongs over the last several weeks. Both teams have struggled against stopping the run. Both teams have struggled in terms of stacking the quarterback. So for me, this is a get-right game for one of these defenses. It's just going to be tough to see early pregame on who's it going to be. Offensively, though, this should be one motivating component. What the final score was after week 2. Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams should set the tone starting practice week on Tuesday. G, it should have been an ass-kicking, motivating type of practice week this week. We need 50 points on this city this week. This is a get-right, feel-good game. 50 points is the benchmark. There's no excuses. This team has nothing to play for. You have everything to play for. You've never been in this situation in the last 2 decades. Take advantage of the energy that's going to be in the stadium this week. It's a crispy-ass 15 degrees, CJ. Come out there and knock somebody's shit off. I need it one time today. OG Allen just joined us, G. Let me say this. OG, who's going to get the hit of the game? That's what who's getting the hit of the game?
Hey, you know what? I was talking shit about him earlier. I think Bristol gonna set it off.
Let's get it.
I think Bristol gonna set it off, man. I just got a funny feeling he's gonna set it off.
Yeah, man. It's who gonna get the nasty hit? It's gonna be Booker, baby. It's Booker, bro. Like, he the most talented person we got on the edge right now. He's the fastest guy. He's the most relentless guy. You know, he's not only can he pass rush, you know, he can put his hands up. I see him a lot of times, you know, he's a tall guy, he's strong, he's skinny, but, you know, if I can't get to the sack, I'll put my hands up, I'll bat a ball down here and there. That's important, man. Like, do something else to disrupt the quarterback. Put your hands up. Do something. You know, Booker has a crazy motor, and we talked about that in our private chat with Alan was speaking on that. His motor is crazy. So I'm expecting Booker to come out here, man, and light it up, bro. Like, I think Golf might be in a little bit of trouble today, man. I think Golf got to keep his head on the swivel with that young boy out there, man, who's getting better and better as a pass rusher, man. So with that being said, we got the keys to the game, Shy, man. So we got 8 keys to the game. Dominate the trenches. You know, they got numbers on them, but they're not really necessarily in any order. So with that being said, man, you know, what is your top priority or top key to the game today, bro? What you got?
Line of scrimmage. Key phrase, pushing their shit in. I need the defensive line to get as nasty as we've seen them since the Raider game. I need the offensive line to be as nasty as we've seen them since the Eagle game. I need the big uglies to set the tone early in terms of how physical this game is going to be, to let Detroit know that if you don't want to play and the week and the season is over for you, you can go ahead and go home, hit the showers, because we finna run all game. This needs to be established, man. Moving forward into the playoffs, it needs to be one component that the defense has to worry about. It needs to be something that the offenses need to worry about, and that's the toughness of this team. If you stand on that and you put that on film this week, that'll be one great sign that the Bears have a great chance moving ahead, man.
I love it. Alan, what we got, man? We got CJ came up here and said, don't leave any points on the board, bro. CJ, can you elaborate on your point with the 8 keys to the game, number 7 right here? Don't leave any points on the board.
as I said earlier, the Bears, when they get turnovers, they cannot leave points on the board, which means they turn the ball over, get the score on the next end. Get the score, 7 points. That's all I'm asking for, 7 points each time.
Yeah, and my key to the game, man, we keep talking about it. I'm just looking at it right here. Look, man, I want to get my quarterback going early, man, and I'm going to be selfish. I want to see 4K yards, bro. I want to see 150 yards at halftime, Caleb. I want to see it, bro. I want us, for the first time, have a quarterback crack 4K, man. I think it's important. I think it says something about your pass game here. Like, you can say that it's stamped, you know what I'm saying? Ben Johnson is stamped. Like, I did it the first year with the second-year quarterback, 4K, records broke, it's done, it's cool. Well, I really want to see that. And I think Caleb doing that, despite how he started off bad, a lot of times Caleb at the beginning of the year, he was antsy, he was panicky, he was nervous, he was still got some of that sack PTSD, them 68 sacks last year. But the last few weeks, he's been a lot less panicky. He's been more calm. He's been more under control. He's been better under center. He's been better in and out of the huddle, man. Time management. Caleb has just been better, man. So I think he deserves this, man, as a guy that didn't quit, man. A lot of people weren't sold on Caleb Williams, and a lot of people are still not sold on Caleb Williams, which is fine. But for him to put a feather in his hat today to say, I was the first to do it, despite how meaningless it might seem to other people, it's always something cool about being the first person to do something that's never been done before. It just is. And that's something he'll have a feather in his hat, man. And I want to see that. So I want to see Caleb get going early. So with that being said, Shad, I want to get your thoughts on that too, man. Like, it's a number, but it's not a number. It symbolizes so much for this franchise for the lack of having a good quarterback and a pass game coordinator, offensive coordinator. So, what does 4K yards mean to you if he does it today? What do you think?
Reception in the national consensus in terms of 4,000 yards from a passer now in modern football is really the stepping stone into modern passing game. Right. It's a tangible number that was created just based on what people discuss and how you use metrics to kind of have a foundation. So if somebody came up with this number as a magical point of reference over 16 games to compute that 4,000 yards standard, because we have never had a true elite passing game in this city, outside of one enigma year with Eric Kramer having 2 1,000 passers, shout out to Coach Allen, bringing up the OGs, Curtis Conway and Jeff Graham. Yep. I mean, it's a situation where you want to give acknowledgement for it, but I've never been one to give too much credit to, because to me, it's really just computing points. I don't give a shit about the passing yardage when you break down the end of the season. How many touchdowns did you throw? When you're in the top 5 in the league in touchdowns accommodated for as a passer, then we're talking big boy shit. Yes, it's a great number to be able to discuss to the pantheon of where he is going to be historically. He is already 2 of the top 7 passing seasons in Bears history already 2 years in his career. So for me to say that this is going to be something that's going to change how I view him, it's not. But it will be something in terms of showing you positives that you can lean on moving forward when you're talking about the combination of Ben Johnson and 18 Caleb Williams. Still without Romo Doomsday this week, no Ozzie Trapillo this week, so the passing game might not be something that you're going to see highlighted this week. Detroit is struggling in the secondary because they're missing their standout safety Kirby, but I do think this might be a week where you lean on the run, you establish that physicality, and you get back to what your identity was, because over the last several weeks, you've asked your quarterback to throw the ball 35 times, and he has come up, even though you've only lost 1 game, he's met the challenge. So at this point, it's about just mirroring the matchup and taking care of business. So even if he don't hit it in that first half, I don't think it's anything that you look down on. I just think it's just a situation in the game.
I agree. It's just a situation in the game, and I think that I won't be mad if he don't break it. I won't be upset if he don't break it, man. It's just something to see, CJ, that we haven't seen before from a quarterback here. So if he gets it today, CJ, what would be your thoughts on it, man? What would it mean to you as far as Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson, or the franchise as a whole never been able to do it? Just what's your thoughts on the 4K? What would it symbolize?
Well, I think it symbolizes what what Caleb has been doing this season. And it definitely symbolizes the Bears passing game. To let teams and let coaches and executives know that the Bears passing game is something to deal with. So I think it means a lot if you would get it.
Yeah. So Alan, man, we gonna finish with you. We got Don and Liv saying, "Damn, I didn't know that Trapilla was out. Good call, Shy. You know Shy how he is, bro. Come on, man. You know what he gonna come up here and do." So Alan, man, 4K yards, man. You've been watching a lot of Bears football, a lot of quarterbacks, man, a lot of jerseys, man. I can only start with who I got. I got Fields, I got Cutler, I got Trubisky, I got Orton, I got man, there's so many quarterbacks, man. Who I'm missing, Shot? I got Eric Kramer, I got
no, it's not five, man. That's the thing. Like Cutler, Kramer, those are your two highest standout quarterbacks in terms of yardage. All right, then you got a season in there where you had Trubisky threw for over 3,300 yards. Caleb has two passing seasons over 3,300 yards. I mean,
but it's so many quarterback names, bro. We got Orton, we got, you know what I'm saying? We got so many guys, Cordell Stewart, so many guys that never did it throughout history, bro. Just think of the names of the quarterbacks that didn't do it, bro. Just Ryan Greasy, we got Rex Grossman, like just dudes that never done it, Alan. So, Alan, 4K yards, if you can do it today, what does that say to you as an OG Bears fan that's probably get to see it today, man? Because I know you talked about it in a private chat, but let people hear about some of the stuff he was talking about the 4K, Alan.
Well, I'm going to say the 4K will be a big thing for the franchise and the ability to show that we're growing into the modern day football, because if you ain't got a quarterback and throw for north of 4,000, you don't have a passing game. Your passing game is run of the mill in this today's NFL. So I just appreciate that, Caleb's going to be going forward with that type of quarterback that can at least get past the threshold of a top 10 quarterback in the league. That's his goal. To always remain that top 10 pantheon of quarterbacks in the league, because that's what's going to get you to a Super Bowl. It's quarterback play and quality quarterback play. So standard operating procedure, you got to have 4,000 and up. So that's what I believe in. So I appreciate that Caleb's here. And the thing about it, he said at the beginning of the season that his goal was 4,000. So it's little goals that you put in the refrigerator that you say, I'm going to get that. And those are the things you build off of, building blocks. So anybody who gets their goals met, shout out to them.
And I love it, man. Well said. So everybody think the 4K is important for the franchise, for the person, for the beating in modern day football. NFL is great. But we're going to talk about one of these keys of the game that I like what Shah said in private chat was don't get injured, Shah. So you pretty much added this in there, man. So this is an important game, but you got to give it that perspective, Shah. So when you say don't get injured, man, talk to the people for me.
Last several weeks, you've had pregame injuries to some important players. You've also had some outside of the game injuries in terms of guys getting sick or catching illnesses, which have inhibited their play. Going back to a reference to DJ Moore only having one catch just a game ago. This is a week. They're not necessarily putting your players in bubble wrap, but you want to put a point of emphasis in terms of priority that is utmost important that we do not lose any starters in this game. Not to say that you limit snaps, but you got to put that as a priority. You got to make sure that this week it was an emphasis on guys that need to get rest, reevaluate any lingering injuries. Make sure that the players have an understanding they need to take care of their body. No reckless play. Focus first. This has to be a game where you don't lose any major guys. And this means Caleb Williams. No frogging on the sideline. If you break the pocket, young man, either get down or get out of bounds, because the Detroit Lions won't give a flying fuck about throwing an elbow to the back of your noodles and ruin the Bears season. Guess what? You got to be responsible for that. Ben Johnson, make sure that your players understand that they need to match the nasty today. That's all I'm gonna say about the injuries.
Yeah, man, injuries are important, man. You know, this game, you know, as competitive as Ben Johnson is and Dan Campbell is, CJ, this game could get petty, man. This game could get rocky. So it's going to take Ben Johnson to make sure he keeps his composure so his football team can keep their composure and playing structure and understand and play discipline and don't get themselves hurt. Like, you want to play hard, CJ, and you want to play balanced football, but you don't want to hurt yourself going into your first playoff in since 2020 or 2018, something like that. So how do you relay that message, CJ, to your players? Like, look, we want to play hard, we want to win, but hey, we got to be careful how we're doing certain things out there to make sure we maintain our health. So how do you relay that message?
I mean, no goofing around during pregame. No goofing around during pregame. Guys doing spins in the air and all that other shit. Like, no, none of that. None of that during pregame.
Can't have it.
Yeah.
Because I believe Rome got hurt during pregame a couple weeks ago.
I got the green.
He re-aggravated something 2 weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah, if you can avoid little injuries like that, you should be okay.
Why
no goofing around during pregame.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree with everything you guys are saying. Like, you know, health is most important. I think it's hard to make sure that football players are not hurting themselves, man. I just think that it's a feel of the game that Ben Johnson is going to have to really dig into. Caleb, I think everybody got to be tuned in to how the Detroit Lions are playing them defense. Are they hitting us low? Are they hitting us too high? Are they, you know, are they over tackling when we already tackled on the ground? There's going to be certain things in this game, if it get chippy, that if I'm a coach, I'm going to tell my players to watch out for it. Hitting us low, hitting us high, targeting, you know what I mean? Just give guys the mental ingredient to play today to understand, like, look out for certain things because this could happen, man. We pretty much are in the playoffs, and we don't need to, you know, be out here just playing all willy-nilly, keep our head on the swivel. You know what I mean? So we're going to get into one more key of the game, and I'm going to talk about, I'm going to go with Allen on this one. Allen, man, you know, we got to take away something in the pass game and the run game. You know, we see what happened when you play against a top flight running back like Christian McCaffrey and a pretty much a top quarterback like Brock Purdy, who can certainly destroy you against a bad defensive front. So we got to take away something today, man, the run game or the pass game, or hell, we got to take away both. Allen, how do you get that done today? What would you do as a defensive coordinator to make sure that we're not getting exposed on both sides of the game, in the air, on the ground? What you got?
Well, like I was saying earlier, man, to me, if I was Coach Allen, I'm going to play sound. I'm going to play sound football today. I'm not going to show too much because next week is going to be a playoff game, and I'm going to be probably sending everybody on bleach. So I'm going to be very aggressive in the playoffs because I'm not leaving no stone unturned. But today, I don't want to see nothing that a coach can say, you know what, they do that. I just want sound football, be gap strong. Everybody make sure you make the good plays, play physical. But we're not going to, scheme-wise, I don't want tricky shoes. You already know what Detroit, Green Bay, and Minnesota do. Their offenses don't change. So this is going to be a interdivision game. I feel like we can move them off the football on both sides. But when it comes to getting to the quarterback, that's the main thing. So stopping Detroit's passing game is really their Achilles heel. Because if you notice, Dan Campbell will not run the ball after 10 times. He's done that several times this year. Like, you got two good running backs, you only have 10 or 12 rushing attempts in the second half. Like, he'll give up on the run real quick. So I think if you take away the passing game, I think generally you'll take away the running game. So to me, to answer your question, I think taking away Detroit's passing game, make them throw into a bubble is the main thing.
Shad, do you feel the same way? Real quick.
This run defense has scared the fuck out of me for weeks, man. And this will be the week that Dan Campbell goes against his tendencies and try to run for 250 on the ground. We saw them pass the ball for almost 350 yards the first time we played him with Jared Goff. Pretty much didn't get touched. No sweat on the jersey. We know what he can do. Detroit ain't no they have not clicked the same because they have multiple injuries on the offensive line, so he hasn't had that same amount of time. Goff has had to make more plays on the run this year, I think, than in any pass. So I'm not as scared of their pass game as I have been. I think the run game is more of an important component. Detroit is going to try to punch us in the face.
So said, man. I think we covered all the points to the keys to the game. If there's any one of these anybody want to speak on before we go to the next part of the pregame show, please let me know in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. We're gonna get into our matchups, man. We're gonna get into our matchups part of the pregame show. You know, we're gonna go through our matchups, whether it's quarterback versus dueling quarterbacks, run game. We're gonna pick the run game. We're gonna pick the coaches. So CJ, man. We start with the coaches. What do you got for me, man? At this moment in time, what coach do you trust more, man? What coach gives you more nightmares? You know what I'm saying? What coach keep you up at night a little bit more? What coach are you putting your money on to outcoach the other coach today? What you got, C?
Man, I want to say Ben, but the way Detroit put up that 52 points against us, I'm not feeling that one bit.
Damn.
You know, so I still give Dan Campbell the upper hand on that one. So I'm gonna give it to Dan Campbell.
Woo. Shy, who you rocking with today, man? It's 11-5 versus what, 8-8 or something like that, man. You know, they know each other very well, Shy. They work together, for years. They know. So who you giving the edge to, man?
Ben gonna have to take his shirt off today. You have to take your shirt off today. This is old fashioned. Remember when you stole on me in the park?
Right.
Remember you stole on me in the park?
Yeah.
This one of
in
them.
Front of the girls, right? In front of the girls that was right there. Yeah.
You done walked up on my block. You done came in my city, and you thought, what?
You thought it was sweet.
This need to be one of them. You my friend and all, but I'm finna give you one. You know what I'm saying? So I'm leaning Ben Johnson because he needs to. He also has an ability to potentially be coach of the year, even though I think it goes to Liam Cohen for the Jacksonville Jaguars this year. He has an opportunity winning the division and splitting against Detroit to put himself back in the running and at least be in the top 3. So I'm going to go Ben Johnson advantage, even though CJ was on the money with that, though.
He was. He really was. Alan, man, who you got, bro? Man, both of these guys are aggressive, man. Both of these guys know each other, man. But if you got to put your money on somebody tonight, big dog, who you rolling with, Ben or Dan?
Well, I'm going to go with Ben because that taste, I know he is not feeling that, the way they ran that score. They called everything on Ben that second game. So Ben knows that this game means something for a lot of reasons. So he's gonna have to show what he got today. He wants to get back. If it's just a win, it's just a win. But you gotta defend yourself in that situation, Dan Campbell.
Agree, man. I'm going with Ben Johnson, bro. You gotta prove to Dan Campbell, I'm not the little homie no more, man. We're not your little homies, man. Like, ain't that what May said on the show with Cameron? I'm not your little homies, dog. Like, you gotta show that. Yeah, I'm the reason why your team was performing the way it was performing in Detroit. I'm the reason why Jared Goff was performing the way he was performing in Detroit. Me. And I'm going to show you today that it's me. I'm responsible for the run game up there in Detroit. I'm going to show you why you're under 500 without me, bro. I'm going to show you today I'm going to show you why you miss me, man. I'm going to show you why your team and their Super Bowl window is closing faster than the hooker who's leaving church. I'm going to show you why today. Ben got to go out here and put his foot on Dan Campbell's neck, bro. He got to make it understood that I am the new king of the NFC North with the young prince by my side and Caleb Williams. I'm going to show you why I gave up on Jared Goff in the playoff game when he threw 4 interceptions. And I go get me a quarterback who hasn't thrown 4 interceptions his whole career in one game. I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you why I took Colston Loveland, number 10th overall. I'm going to show you why today, bro. I'm going to show you why they paid me $15 million a year. Today that Ben Johnson lets it be known that he's the king of the NFC North. And without me in Detroit, Dan Campbell, You just the Lions, bro. You're the Lions of 0-16 is coming, man. So I'm going with Ben Johnson, bro. Ben Johnson is my coach I'm riding with today, and he's at home on the lakefront, baby. We getting our lick back for that 50 ball, bro. Point blank, period. So we're gonna go to the next part of the show. We're gonna go to the quarterbacks, man. We're gonna go to the quarterbacks because, like I said before, man, Jared Goff, he isn't a slouch, man. I don't think he's a bad quarterback. But Alan, when it come down to it, man, you got a young gunner right here. You know, I've been pretty much comparing him to John Elway. Yes, John Elway. Caleb Williams is baby John Elway to me, and I'm not changing my stance for nobody. For nobody.
You if John Elway hear you say that, I tell you what, he gonna run you off the internet, dog.
Hey, Howie Long said it after me. Howie Long said it. Shannon Sharp asked him about it. You know what I'm saying?
Dog, you ain't disrespect the whole internet saying that, dog. Caleb Williams is nowhere near John Elway in no aspect of football. At this stand in time. I don't think you understand the Stanford John Elway I know. I don't think you understand the Wade Phillips and the Dan Reeves John Elway that went to the Super Bowl 3 fucking times. Come on, G, man. Come on, man.
Hey,
stop this.
Got the talent, bro. That's all I'm saying. Look, same arms. They don't both throw. They both don't throw high percentage. They know high percentage football throws at all of the ball, but they can kill you with a couple throws and have you where you need.
I'm gonna give you a homework assignment. 87 Denver Broncos, and just go on the internet and come back and holler at me. And see if you still have that same crazy analogy you just gave me. Don't even put that on Caleb, dog. Let Caleb breathe, bro. That's too heavy. That's a heavy burden put John Elway on you. That's like, yeah, you can't do that, man. SGA and Kobe Bryant, that's too much. That's too much for a young man that don't put on his back. Like, that's a gorilla. No, Caleb ain't nowhere near John Elway. I need you to go back and look at 87 Denver Broncos and get back with me, dog. Call me back, bro.
All right, look, everybody's in here. Look, we've been doing it. I've been saying he's John Elway, man. I just see a lot of similarities. And Alan been, hell no, he ain't. But anyway, we're going to keep it moving. It's something a little fun that we've been messing with each other about. But Alan, man, today on this game that we do got 2 quarterbacks right here, man, that who do you get an edge to? You got a guy that can throw off platform. You got a guy that can scramble. You got a guy that can drop it in the bucket. But then you got a guy right here, and Jared Goff, man, has been steady Eddie for a lot of the time. He's been in Detroit, man. And if you don't get to him, he'll tear you apart, bro. So with that being said, Alan, man, who do you give the edge to today? Games on the line. Who's the better quarterback you rolling with today, man? What you got?
I'm rolling with 18 because 18 see the light, man. He see the light today. Like, his goals are in front of him. I don't think nobody on this earth can stop him from getting 4,000. I just think he's going to be like, if he's got to go out there and limp, play with no O-line, no running back, 1 against 10, 1 against 11, Caleb's going to throw to his damn self for 280 yards today. He'll throw the ball look to his damn self. So I believe he will get that 4K today. He's going to throw for 4 touchdowns, and it's going to be a wrap today. I believe it's going to be an old-fashioned shootout. It's OK Corral, north of Chicago, Illinois.
Man, I love it. CJ, who you rocking with, bro? You rocking with 18, 16? Who do you trust, man? Because Ben Johnson, he left Jared Goff for number 18 right here, man. But Jared Goff, you don't get to him, he'll tear you up, man. So, CJ, who you rolling with as far as your quarterback today, bro?
I'm rolling with the man that got the hot hand. That's Caleb Williams. You know, that's Caleb Williams. It's really going to depend on, can Detroit stop Caleb Williams? That's what's going to depend on. I don't know, man. They don't know if they can stop Caleb Williams.
Yeah. Shad, who you got, man? What you got, Shad, man? What you doing? What you getting?
Brock Purdy did to this defense last week still gives me a little bit of a skin crawl right here. Detroit has the 4th most sacks in football, 48. I think that Caleb's going to have a little bit tougher time throwing the ball than Jared Goff will. I think Goff early will have success, barring some type of found miraculous physical identity from the defense where they come out and just strangle the Detroit Lions from jump. I think that Goff's numbers will probably look more impressive than Caleb, and that does not mean that the Lions win the game. I think that this defense has struggled so much these last several weeks that every quarterback has looked good. So if you're asking me to pick between the two quarterbacks who has the best game statistically, I think Goff might get the nod.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. We're gonna get to one more before we pick our predictions and our offensive MVP, defensive MVP, X factors, all that. So we're gonna get to this run game, man, because these run games, bro, are coming to play, Shad. You know what I'm saying? They coming to play, Shad. So, man, it's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough. But what you rolling with? You got DeAndre Swift and you got Kyle and you got Montgomery and you got Jameer on the other side. So, what run game you taking with you, man?
Two top 10 offenses, both teams averaging upwards of 27 points a game, both led by their ground game. As much as it looks different under Dan Campbell than Ben Johnson, it's still led by these two big head motherfuckers over there to your right. This is a team right now still top 15 in time of possession, so they can't eat the clock. Different matchups have been able to negate that a little bit, so Detroit has shown a chink in the armor, but I really think it's about attrition on the offensive line. So for me, looking at what the Bears have struggled with, is very difficult again, and even in this matchup, based on what the defense has shown, that any run game will get less than 180 yards. I'm sorry. Until I see this team nut up and put some biscuits on the board and some hats on the wall and some wood on some players, everybody's going to have a successful week against this run game. And these are two guys that'll break a game open. Not only just keep you in the game, but break a game open. Last week we saw it with one guy in McCaffrey. This week we get it split between two. So they better have on their big boy hats and helmets today, because the Lions run game ain't shit to tweak about. And right now they still a notch above the Bears, even though the Bears average statistically a little bit more per yardage per game. Swift can't get his 10 touchdowns this week if he gets one more, giving him way more than what anybody expected from him at the beginning of the year. 10 touchdowns. DeAndre Swift is something you got to give a big salute to, and I'll do such. But I'm hoping Monunga gets featured in this game, because even in that last game, I thought that he showed some ability to be able to break past that second wave of that defense a way that Swift wasn't, in terms of being able to get north and south when the Bears did run the ball. So I think this week I'm going to rely on the Bears running game to be the difference in the outcome of the game.
Love it. Alan, man. Hey, Alan, what you got, man? You picking the light blue side or the dark blue side, man? Like, you got to be honest, man. Like, these teams are no snaps for the Huh?
I was born in the dark.
I was born in the dark. You think that's going to help you? No, but what you got, Alan, man? Who you rolling with for today, man?
Hey, man, I think Detroit running game is going to be the more like Charles said with Dan Campbell's thought process. He's going to lean heavy. So if I think by Sewell being out, we're going to see a lot of Jackson today. And I think Jackson's probably our best run stuffer linebacker. Him and TJ. So hopefully that might cure up a little bit of things. I think Sewell is better in space kind of compared to Jackson. But Jackson's a little bit more physical at the point of attack. So hopefully we go into a base formation by 4-3 and we don't lean so much on the nickel back this week. Because I got a funny feeling that Dennis Allen's going to do a lot of base formation today. So I think we should be able to equal up against Detroit running game. So I'm going to go with our running back, Swift and Monunga. I just think team-wise, we're going to try to take away the running game from Detroit.
I love it, man. CJ, what running game you running with, man? What you got for me, C?
I'm going to go with the Bears running game. I think I can see a big game from Kyle Monunga today. you know, if they feature him more in the offense, you can see a big game from that guy today. They're definitely gonna need his north and south running today in this game to soften up that Detroit defense and that front line from Detroit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with it's split, man. I gotta choose. I'm gonna choose. Man, I'm with Shy, man. Kyle Monunga. Kyle got to be featured, man, for me to really pick the Bears, bro. And like we got to like Shy won 40 touches today. That's gonna be a hell of a thing to do today with everything that Caleb and Ben probably want to do as far as passing the ball. Man, but if I had to pick a duo today, man, we're at home, bro. I'm gonna run with the home team, bro. I mean, our defensive line, our defensive front, our run blocking there, and our run stoppers are not there. And I think defensively, I don't think the lines are just as good or any good as stopping the run. Neither. I mean, I know they got Hutchinson, but man, I don't know, man. Oh, this is tough, man. If we really keeping it a buck, bro. Just because we seen what they did to us last week, the 49ers, with running back. And now we got two to deal with. Oh man. I'm gonna go with us, bro, by a small margin. I'm gonna say Kyle and DeAndre get busy, man, early and often, and I think we can get to David Montgomery, but we just gotta bring his ass down, man. So yeah, so with that being said, we're gonna pull up here our score predictions. We're gonna pull up our X factors and everything like that. So with that being said, I'm gonna start off with Allen, man. Allen, man, you know, what's your score prediction for today's game? Who's your offensive MVP, defensive MVP, X factor, you know what I'm saying? And your final thoughts, bro. What you got for me?
Well, I'm gonna start with the defense today, man. I know I've been talking shit about Jaquan Brisker, but I want Jaquan Brisker today to have a good game, man. I feel like they're gonna come after him because if they see the things I see on tape, they're coming after his ass today. So I want Jaquan Brisker to step up to the plate and earn his cake, man. It's time. Like, you got to have one of these games and leave on Ryan Poe's front doorstep that, hey, man, damn, I might not be able to get rid of you, man, but man, you just too good to give up, man. Like, he needs a game like that. He needs an everlasting game so he can stay in this uniform. And I'm just gonna go with Prisker today on my defense for influential player. Hopefully he gets a pick and he sets the tone today. Back there with our receivers, send one of their ass to the sideline today. You know, so offensively I'm going with 18, man, because of the 4K today. I want the offense to buy in. We're gonna get our guy that 4,000. That 4,000 is a team. It's a team effect. Like, if he gets 4,000, that's a team effect, man. So buy into that today, man. That's the goal, man. We're gonna get our guy 4K today, man. So I'm gonna go with the Bears today. I think it's gonna be a smoke fest, man. I think we're gonna get 40 points today, man. We're gonna leave it on the lakefront today, man. It's gonna be a shootout, man. 42-28 Bears.
Woo! CJ, what you got for us, man? What you got? Offense, defensive MVP, score prediction, man. X factor, final thoughts. What you got? See,
I'm gonna say offensive MVP is gonna be Luther Burton today, and I'm gonna say defensive MVP is gonna be Austin Booker today. I got the Bears winning this game. I'm gonna say 35-20, 24.
Okay. Shot. Go ahead, man, and I'm gonna end it, bro. I'm gonna go after you, big dog.
Injuries is a big issue and why I think Detroit won't win this game. Secondarily, they don't have the same type of motivation the Bears do. I think at home field, this being an opportunity to right a big loss from last week, it should be an embarrassing loss for the Detroit Lions. And I'm talking big loss, not necessarily in terms of numbers, but I mean, it should look physically impressive from the Chicago standpoint. I don't want the 4,000 foul powwow that y'all want. I want 40 runs and 4 touchdowns from my run game. That's what I want.
Shot crazy.
And not only do I want that, that's what I need. Other than that, Ben Johnson owes me money. So from that standpoint, I'm going to go 35-14 Chicago Bears. The offensive side of the ball, the running back core will be the difference of the game. They get the salute or the nod for the advantage of the offensive component of the game. Defense, for the first time in the season, the defensive line shows up and becomes the most impressive unit on the field for the Bears. They will have their best game this week. Defensive line gets the defensive nod. I'm going with the whole unit. And in terms of my X factor, gentlemen, we haven't seen it in a long time. The city will lock in unison and celebrate with the ferocity that we haven't seen since Devin Hester was in city. And the Bears get a kickoff or punt return today. And we get the jig together. Shots up for that one. Special teams get a touchdown today.
Man, these guys right here, man. We brought Shad in, man. He been with us all season long, bro. The man is coming here and picked up this platform, took this platform, elevated this platform, and came with expertise, numbers, ideas, just no ball, man. Shout out to Shad for coming to the CNG podcast and bringing the heat every week in, week out, man. Very good, man. Great storyteller. Always fluid in what you say. You know what you know, bro. So this is the last regular season for sure, man. The last regular season game. And this show, bro, would not be the same without you as part of the CNG podcast. I just want to say that. So we appreciate you, man. We love you, bro. But with that being said, big dog.
Yes, sir.
I got the Bears, bro. 27-21, 18 get the 4K, 18 break Eric Kramer record, 18 come out there and put his hands in his warmer like this. I need to see it. I need to see Caleb out there giving them I'm the Iceman today, bro. We on the lake today, bro. Remember that game y'all gave us a 50-piece that time? That shit ain't happening today, big dog. Caleb is on a mission. Ben Johnson is on a mission. Everybody's going to be playing for each other today. I don't think people really understand how much they're going to be playing for that quarterback today, bro. You're going to see the crispest route running you've ever seen from DJ Moore today. I guarantee it. You're going to see the best hands you've ever seen from Cole Kmet today. I guarantee you, man. Caleb Williams comes out here every single week, never throws his teammates under the bus, always motivated, always ready to play. If there's ever a time the teammates can say, damn, 4K is right there for 18. Let me run a little bit harder today. Let me catch the ball with my hands today. Let me run a little bit harder. Let me try for my quarterback today. I think this team is going to be extremely motivated for that today. Not saying that they're never really motivated, but this is one, if you're a competitor and you want to play sports, this is something where you say, yeah, we're going to help our quarterback today. He's been tough as nails the whole season, bro. No matter what. Caleb has been coming through despite criticism, you know what I'm saying, good or bad. He's been steady improving. So that's my offensive MVP today. My defensive MVP is Booker, man. He's been the one that's been showing me no matter what. If I don't get to the quarterback, guess what? I'm putting my hands up in the air. I'm trying to put a bat a ball down. I'm trying. I'm fast enough. So with that being said, my defensive MVP is Booker today, man. The dude is fast. He's lightning quick. But you got to get in that weight room, bro, because I see too many times offensive linemen just push his little ass off, and then he's just sticking his hands up trying to bat the ball down. So Austin Booker is my defensive MVP. Caleb Williams my offensive MVP. My X factor today for the Chicago Bears will be Jaquan Brisker. I'm rolling with that one, man. I'm rolling with the OG, man. I know we all talk about Brisker a lot, man, say he's terrible, he's trash, but I think he's due for a game, and I think he's going to come through today and give us something. Yeah, I'm going to roll with you on the X Factor, man. That's it, man. I'm G Walker, the CNG Podcast. That's CJ from the CNG Podcast. That's Shaw from the CNG Podcast. And that's OG Allen. And we will be back with a post-game show, so stay tuned. God bless. Bear down. We will see you guys after the game. Peace. One love. We out.